Formula One for the 2024 season finally arrives at what I like to call the Temple of Speed, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, the highlight of the Formula One calendar not only for drivers but for spectators, as we can finally see all the Formula One cars pushed to the edge around this circuit. All of these upgrades will be based around hoping to improve the high-speed performance of all their vehicles. And as such, these are the teams that are known to be bringing upgrades, except for Aston Martin, but I wanted to include them in this video so we can see there's going to be major upgrade packages for both Mercedes and Red Bull and Haas. While Mclaren will be bringing smaller upgrades, we believe, for this event, and Aston Martin are a little bit of a question mark. And let's begin with the home team for the event, the Mercedes and their W15 with Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Now, Mercedes will be looking to bring high-speed corner gains with their upgrade package for Silverstone. Mercedes' progress throughout the 2024 F1 season has been very impressive. From the humble beginnings from pre-season testing when they were off the pace, and throughout the opening rounds when the car was looking awful in high-speed corners as well as low-speed corners, the upward trajectory in which Mercedes has been on has been remarkable. And this is all thanks to the upgrade plan that they put in place, starting with the Miami Grand Prix. And they were going to bring subsequent upgrades for each of the next 6 races up until the British Grand Prix. And this has culminated in pole position at the Canadian Grand Prix as well as a race victory, albeit an unlikely one, last time out in Austria. And with this weekend being the final upgrade part of their huge push, I suspect it could be the most important upgrade package to date being debuted at Silverstone. I've been expecting changes to the side pod inlet shape since the start of the season, and perhaps this is the event in which that will happen. But nonetheless, what these upgrades will be targeting is of course a vast improvement in high-speed corners. Throughout the event in Austria, you could see the Mercedes car was losing a lot of time in those high-speed sections in the middle sector up against the RB20 and MCL38, which is an area they need to improve and rectify on if they want to have a fantastic weekend in Silverstone. Now, sticking with Red Bull and the RB20, they've got an upgrade coming to Silverstone. And no, I'm not talking about the livery upgrade which they announced today in a pretty cool video over on their YouTube channel. I'm talking about an upgrade which is going to be based around their race pace balance on the low fuel. Now, this is something I've seen as a trend since the Miami Grand Prix, where the RB20 is significantly quicker than all the other cars when it's on high fuel in a race situation. But as the fuel burns off, the car seems to have an increase in tyre degradation as that happens. And last time out in Austria, this enabled the Mclaren to close such a huge gap on the team, and it's a case which has been steadily happening at all of the previous rounds for the last 3 or 4 races. And this is all to do with their suspension. Now, I'm not going to go into super detail on that, but it's something I believe the Red Bull team may be looking to help improve upon, and so I would potentially think there could be changes to the suspension for Silverstone to try to help to rectify this issue. Other than that, we might see a brand new rear ring around there and maybe some additional changes to the front ring, as they look to further cement their position as the leading force in Formula One in 2024. And with Helmut Marko seemingly not being too worried about the current predicament the team finds itself in, I would expect them to come with a significant upgrade package for the event. Red Bull's closest rival is McLaren and the MCL38. Now, McLaren arguably have the quickest overall package over the last 4 or 5 rounds, but haven't been able to take advantage of that thanks to the lack of consistency from their drivers, Lando Norris as well as Oscar Piastri, and just the operational side of the team. And so what I believe the McLaren team will be looking to do is bring more downforce and load throughout all the speed ranges which we will see across the remaining Formula 1 circuits. The upgrades which McLaren debuted in Miami as well as subsequent ones last time out in Austria have propelled the McLaren outfit to the top of the Formula 1 pecking order alongside Red Bull. But it hasn't given them an overall edge up against the might of Max Verstappen and the RB20. And so I believe this is the area in which McLaren will be looking to improve upon the MCR38. It's the overall load and downforce that they can use and perform with the MCR38. And this will of course allow them to take pole positions, lead the race and use their superior low fuel race pace to pull away from the leading teams. Moving further down the order, we now have the Aston Martin team. Now, we don't know for certain whether they're bringing upgrades, but with Silverstone being such an important race, perhaps they will, which is why I've included them in this video. Now, they're looking to basically just avert a current disaster which is on their hands, as they've fallen further and further down the pecking order for the 24 Formula 1 season. They started off with having a supremely quick qualifying car and were struggling in the races. But now their qualifying form has evaporated as well as having even worse race pace. And they've been the pretty much slowest team on the grid for the last 3 events. Now there is definitely an upgrade package scheduled for Hungary in which they're looking to rectify all the issues that they've had with their current upgrades this season. Now whether that could potentially be brought forward to Silverstone, only time will tell, and we will find out this Friday. Another team which had a great weekend last time out in Austria was that of the Haas team, finishing in 6th and 8th with Magnussen and Hülkenberg. Now they're bringing their next major upgrade package to Silverstone, and they will be introducing a brand new floor on their Haas car. This is to try to help improve their high-speed cornering prowess, which is clearly lacking for the team this season. And of course, with Silverstone being such a high-speed circuit, it's vital that they do make improvements for this event as well as for all the upcoming races in the season. Hopefully for the team, they will have an improvement in their performance for the event. Right guys, well that's all the upgrades which we know are being brought to the Silverstone racetrack and the British Grand Prix. Well, those are all the upgrades which we know the teams are bringing to the British Grand Prix for this weekend at Silverstone. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll be sure to catch you later on Friday when we have a brand new look at all the upgrades the teams have actually brought. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, if you've liked the video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new and turn on notifications, and I'll catch you all this Friday for a new video.